Well, Coach, that's a big one.
Yeah,
SMU
it
comes
was.
in here, it's going to be a good team. You guys figure out a way to get the W. Just talk about what you saw out there.
Yeah. First of all, we beat a really, really good team tonight and a really well-coached team, and they're tough. And that first half, I was really proud of the way our guys came out and responded to the. We played Monday night. We traveled. We got back here, and they responded great yesterday and then today, and played probably the best half of basketball we played this year for sure. And then the wheels kind of came off a little bit in the second half, and we, they seemed to regroup and put them back on just enough and held them off.
Chandler says he doesn't think he played very well tonight, but at 21-7, talk about just the change in him from last year to this year. It's as big as I've ever seen in a player.
Yeah, and I credit my staff. I mean, he and Phil have been doing a lot together, and Phil's really helped him with his mindset of how to be more in attack, and how to be that guy that has the toughness to do what he's doing. And because it takes a lot of toughness. I mean, you can't go in and finish soft against those guys. That's not gonna work. And he went in there and got some stuff done. And so, and I credit Chandler's his hard work's paying off for him. He's grown up, and he's being a leader, and he's a guy you can hang your hat on.
You guys are up 14, I think, at Oregon. You guys are up 20 at halftime in this one. The one at Oregon slipped away. This one got a little bit dicey.
This one didn't slip away.
What?
Michael, we won this game. Yeah. So it was a great finish, and when you play good teams, that's what they're going to respond. I mean, good teams don't get beat by 30. Oregon's a Pac. They're picked to win the Pac-12. I mean, they're a really good basketball team. That team we played tonight is a really good basketball team. If somebody thought that they were going to pack up and leave at halftime, then they haven't watched enough basketball, because that's a good basketball team, and they're going to win a lot of games.
It seems like a spell where some teams might have a letdown tonight after coming so close the other
Yeah,
night and having
absolutely.
48 hours later. I mean, what does that say about your guys with how they came out? That
I
first
think
day?
it says a ton about them, and to respond that way, and you could have dropped your head, you could have felt sorry for yourself, and all the different responses. You had to come back on no sleep, go to class, do that part of it, which is really important, and then prepare in one day and play a really good basketball team, and they came out like they did. I was really, really proud of them.
We talked with Coach Jankovic this morning, and how appreciative are you that they accepted the challenge to come here?
Absolutely.
And you ever think you're going to get another game like this?
Well, if you look at the big picture, I think that hopefully, and I think we can be a good basketball team. I know they're going to be a good basketball team. So win or lose, it helps you. I mean, look at Oregon last year. We beat them here. They ended up being a #1 seed. So a credit to Tim for playing these games. I mean, he doesn't have to do this, and he took this team out on the road and played a game like this, and it's going to make them better, and they're going to, like I said, he's a terrific coach, and they're going to win a lot of games. And, I expect really, really big things out of SMU. But, again, I'm grateful that he came in and did it. I mean, it's, I'm a little disappointed we didn't have 10,000 people here. You get SMU coming in, and you saw a great college basketball game tonight. So, that's probably one of the things I was a little disappointed in.
Coach James said that this stretch of games, the Oregon game, this one, and then your upcoming road trip, prepares a team for tournament time at the end of the year, conference tournament and beyond. Now that you're halfway through this stretch, how do you get your young team, that's not a lot of them been through this, into ready and prepared for a stretch of games?
Oh, it's going to be a challenge. I mean, now we got to fly to Indiana and play a great basketball program, and they have a terrific coach, and it'll be a good atmosphere, I'm sure, and we'll have to play a great game. I mean, you go on the road in Division I basketball, and it's tough. Yeah, I mean, SMU tonight, and Indiana goes into wherever they lost, Fort Wayne, was it? I mean, it's just really hard to win college basketball games on the road. One of the hardest things to do in sports. And so we have to have the right mindset for this trip. And if we don't, we're going to be in trouble. So we got to have a sense of urgency. We got to attack the travel, and we got to, play our best basketball on Saturday.
And how big when Paris went out, I guess, how tough was that stretch? 'Cause that's when
that was like, are you kidding me? We've had 2 of those this year where they disappear and they have to go get stitches. And we got tough kids, though. They came back, and they're junkyard dogs. They they get bit in the face and bleed and come back with headbands, and they go in and make plays.
What does it say about your team when you have Duncan, who has a slow night tonight, still able to get a win against a quality opponent?
Huge.
Against Oregon, with Hutchinson struggled a bit, but
Right.
you're still able to keep it close.
Right, and it's big signs for our team. And, we're still learning a lot about ourselves, and we're getting better, though. That's the biggest thing is, we have goals and aspirations for this team come January, February, and we have to get a lot better. And we have to get a lot better every time we get together. That's what we tell these guys, and it seems like they're doing that.
We talk about Hutch near the end of the game and just kind of embracing that role of being the closer and finishing, and
Yeah.
whether finishing or getting to the foul line, whatever it was. How important is it that somebody steps up and kind of accepts that role that, we saw Derek Marks play for so long here and
Right.
made this team pretty good? And how important is confidence in that role too?
It's huge. You have to have it, and you have to have the confidence of the coaches, and we give him that, and he's good enough to go make plays, and so that's what you're seeing him do. But I'm just really proud of him. I'm really proud of our team, the way we're coming together as a team and responding. The bench was great, and lifting everybody up, and we're making progress. And we have to continue to grow.
Do you ever look over at Justinian and maybe think that this is his 7th college game that he played tonight, but it just seems like he just kind of belongs, and
Yeah.
he's never too big, and
Yeah.
he had a couple big shots from there making runs.
He did. Big 3 from the corner in the second half, and he's just doing a great job. I love his even keel, his mental approach, his toughness. He's a tough kid too. He's putting in the time, and a guy like that works and has that work ethic plus the toughness plus the skill. Sky's the limit for how good he's going to become.
Sooner or later, you knew the shots were going to fall for James.
Yeah.
Then they go tonight. Talk about the dynamic he adds to your team when he.
No
when he really
question.
gets going.
And that's what we knew we were getting, Now, he stepped up his toughness, too. He made some scrap plays and went and got rebounds for us, and big rebounds tonight when we needed them against a team that they're one of the best rebounding teams you'll see in college basketball. They were plus 13 coming in, and believe me, we tried to rebound with them, and they pasted us on the glass, I don't know how many times we've been beaten by 13 on the boards since we've been here. And we take a lot of pride in it, but they cleaned our clocks on the boards. So James, we knew, that's the thing I told him, and is as a shooter, his numbers are going to correct. I said, you got a lot of makes coming because, the numbers weren't what they were, what they needed to be, and they weren't living up to the kind of shooter that he is. So I knew they'd correct, and I gave him, told him, hey, keep letting it fly. It'll start going in, and he just shot it a little more aggressively.
They didn't make their first 3 till like 20 seconds left
Yeah.
in the game. You guys had 10 steals tonight too. Where do you think defensively this team's at right now?
I think we're getting there. Yeah, I think we get a little fatigued sometimes, just like any other team does, and make some mistakes. But, I think game by game we're improving, and we are doing some good things defensively, and we played 2 pretty explosive offensive teams, and did some nice things, last 2 games.
Wacker, obviously, starting tonight, only played 4 minutes, though. Robin and Zach kind of pick up the slack
Yes.
there. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about those 3 bigs. I think night in, night out, some of it sometimes is based on matchups. Some of it is just based on one guy might be better offensively, one guy might be better against physical guys, one guy, it just depends. And then foul trouble dictated some things where we went 2 bigs tonight with Haney and Smooth. And so, I think having 3 of them keeps lifting each other up because they have to keep raising the bar if they want to play and contribute to this team. And they all want to do it, and they all great teammates. They all want to help, but they got to keep raising the bar.